Today, my special guest is the king of Lethwei, Dave LeDuc. Dave, welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for having me.
Good. So let's get this thing started. What are you doing in LA?
So actually, I'm pretty excited that we were able to make this happen. We're here doing a world tour. We're going to do 23 cities in 12 countries in less than 2 months. So it's going to be, it's actually, we're in the middle of it right now, doing like many states, everywhere around the states, and teaching my Lethwei seminar.
So the largest bare knuckle boxing organization in the world, the WLC, we got the belt right here. Maybe talk about this, talk about the journey it took you to get here and what this belt means to you.
Yeah, so basically we have a really big takeover right now. We're doing the LeDuc Lethwei affiliation program. We have only 3 schools right now signed up because I'm very picky with who I want to be part of the system. So basically we have Austin, Texas, we have New York City, New York, and Los Angeles, California. They're going to be representing my curriculum, my LeDuc Lethwei system in the school. So slowly we're going to see the schools pop up around the world, United States and all over the world, and it's going to be massive for the sport because we see about with the WLC that wants to do international locations, international events with me doing all the seminar tours. Like I said, we're doing over the 23 cities around the world. It's exciting what's happening right now in the Lethwei world, right?
So you mentioned the WLC, the World Lethwei Championship. It's the largest bare knuckle organization in the world. You have the belt here. Let's talk a little bit about how you got there and what it means to you.
That's my baby right now. It's if you lift it, you try to lift it up. It's about 20 pounds. Yeah. And it's beautiful in gold, and it's about like $20,000 this one. And very happy to be that's the inaugural cruiserweight championship belt. So basically, I fought Seth Basinski for this one, veteran of the UFC, and it was pretty cool to see the build up for this fight because I've been fighting all across the world in Tokyo, Myanmar, and now maybe we're talking about the future, maybe an event in Miami, Florida. Actually, so next year the WLC is actually like say that they're planning on it. That it would be huge for the sport with like I said, the expansion of Lethwei in the United States. Imagine having the historical debut of Lethwei, a 2,000-year-old sport in Florida, in the States, right? So I'm very excited. The state may change, but it's gonna. I'm pretty sure they're gonna make one happen in the United States. So this is gonna be insane for the sport.
Yeah, this is amazing news. But I want to talk a little bit about the pressure though that you do between fights, carrying basically a whole sport, as old as you said, 2,000 years, on your shoulders, all about teaching, educating, and spreading the word of Lethwei. Talk about how you deal with that pressure and why you've chosen to take this on your shoulders.
Well, yeah, there is some pressure, especially when we first won the belt, not this one, but a golden belt. It was a bit of a adaptation period because, like the first ever non-Burmese, the first ever foreigner winning the golden belt. There's only one belt for each weight categories in Lethwei. So that's make it easier for everybody to understand, like there's one world champion for every weight category. And historically, there's only ever open weight champion. So because, around 180 pounds, that was like the maximum in Southeast Asia. The guys were never that big. Like I'm 180 walking around. So they said, let's put open weight. And that's the one I won. And it was a bloodbath. It was pretty crazy to win this very powerful moment. But from there was a period of adaptation. People were like, okay, let's study Dave. Let's see, like the Burmese. They were like, okay, is he with us? Is he just going to bring the belt and bring it back to Canada? No. And I quickly showed that I really care about them. I really want to give back. I try to do as much as I can. And in the orphanage, the kids, I really feel like I owe them a debt. Like they changed my life, they changed the life of my family and I, my wife and I, changed our situation, financial situation, everything. So the sport really changed the game. And I think I didn't choose Lethwei, it chose me. I had a lot of experience when I was younger. I had a lot of, not anger, but a lot of, I wanted to be champion, but not in any sport, just the most brutal sport in the world. Like I'm an extremist. I don't fuck normal. I don't like normal. So I like, when I heard about Lethwei a long time ago, I'm like, that's what I want to do. So it's a bit crazy everything that's happening.
So in a sport that bare knuckle, headbutt is a big part of the psychology of the sport. Yeah. You're the first ever Westerner world champion. The WLC is being streamed on UFC Fight Pass globally. Yeah. You mentioned future fight, upcoming fight 2020, possibly in North America, possibly in Miami. You started your global world tour with this affiliate program. Talk to us about these huge goals of yours and what's next.
So for sure now, once we're gonna be up and running for the accepting more schools that are deemed they're actually, you know, they respect, they have a good enough size, they're clean, they have a good reputation. Once we do this, then we're gonna be able to accept more. My goal is to beat the Gracies. You know, they have 150 schools. We're gonna beat that. We're gonna.
What are you at now? 3?
Right now we have 3, but we didn't even start yet. So that's just like they wanted to secure their territory. You know, it's gonna happen. And after that, we're gonna do like our instructor certification program, which is gonna be around next early 2020, and then a beautiful retreat in Myanmar. So full immersion. You're gonna be able to eat Myanmar food, see the fights live, maybe get some like blood splashing your face from the fights. You know, like really see the temples and. Train with me and former champions on the beach in Myanmar. It's gonna be pretty cool. So that's for the next 2020 is gonna be it's gonna be all about like making sure that the foundation of Le Duc Litué is well, because this is gonna make school pop up around the world. And another question that a lot of people ask me is like, do you care if like Litué is not legal in, you know, in France or Canada, USA? Like honestly, great if it works in the United States, but it doesn't matter if it's not in other countries. The one thing that matters is if people are able to train it well in every, you know, if it's not legal in let's say in France or UK, cool, but there's going to be Litué gyms there, and they'll be able to train there. And then when they're ready to fight, they can come to the United States for an event, they can go to Myanmar, they can go to Japan, wherever it's legal, whatever they allow it. And again, we're not trying to water down Litué for anyone. We don't care. So let's make sure that that's my job as an ambassador, to make sure that we keep it traditionally. You know, we have the headbutts, we'll never take away, always with no gloves, and you know, takedowns and aggressiveness. So. Yeah, very excited.
I was reading about your affiliate program, and you mentioned the Gracies with how many gyms they have globally. So my question is, so the Lethwei affiliate program will introduce the Lethwei sport into the general population?
Yeah. So basically, we're not opening new schools. We're going to make sure that we're going to affiliate schools that already have a good reputation, that already have a good student base, which is going to, I think it's going to be flawless. It's going to be beautiful for guys, because there's such a big demand. I get messages every day like, how can I bring Litué to Mexico? How can I bring Litué to Slovakia? How can I, like, it's overwhelming. So now we're going to do it the proper way, and it's going to be crazy. Like, this is like, it's before the next big wave. Yeah, exactly. We already had a big wave when we won the belt. So in the last 3 years, it's crazy. People didn't even know what Myanmar was. And you think they knew what Litué was? You know, you don't know the national sport of a country that you don't know. Mm-hmm. So now they know. Okay, now it's crazy that it's been exponential in the last couple of years, and I cannot even comprehend what's going to happen in the next couple of years right now, right? In the next, so
we really appreciate your time. We know you have a busy schedule. Is there anything you want to leave us with? Tell the camera anything upcoming before we let you go.
Well, I want to say that I'm super happy with all the messages, all the love and support that everybody writes to me. Actually, I use that to fuel my motivation before a fight, and it gives me energy for this. I want to say thank you for everybody that supported me for when we acquired the WLC belt. I vacated all the other promotions in order to go to the WLC. I'm super proud to be a WLC fighter and to have that position to grow Litué to the world. Everybody watching this, everybody that's involved into Litué, yourself, we're all pioneers of Litué worldwide, and it's pretty exciting. In 20 to 30 years or 40 years, our kids, our grandkids are going to hear about Litué, and they're going to say, guys, you guys know about Litué? It'll be, yes, we were there when it was unknown, and now it's like all over the place. So it's pretty cool to live this. One day there's going to be like Litué schools next door at your place. So very excited to be this. It's pretty rare that we, in a lifetime, that you get to experience that kind of adventure. So I want to say thank you to everyone. Don't forget to train your neck and stay healthy. Longevity is key, right? I'm the new generation Litué fighter. I don't want to get like too much scar tissue in the face. I don't want to get too hands broken. I want to be able to for those of you that fight, focus on longevity, train smart. When we do my t-shirt in the back, it says use your head. So use your head to do headbutts, but also use your head to fight smart. So I think that's a long outro, but thank you very much, guys.
Guys, stay tuned. The Le Duc Lethwei takeover is in full motion, man. Thanks for stopping by the show.
Thank you, Johnny. Thanks for having me.